Smith. I am your host, Melissa Slett. Welcome to the Type 1 and Midlife and Beyond podcast. This is an exciting time of year. I am celebrating another full, very active year here on the podcast with my coaching and all of you amazing clients, guests, and people I've met in this space. I'm thrilled with what 2024 has brought and just the relationships that have been created. And I'm excited for 2025. I hope you are as well. And today I want to talk about something that I am working on. And this is specifically for you ladies. And today I want to talk about the 5 pillars. I'm going to kind of preface this with the 5 pillars to survive diabetes beginning in perimenopause and through menopause. And this is a big topic here on the show. You know, I've had some amazing guests and conversations, and we're just getting started on this. And I want to, this has really taught me. This has taught me as well, because as I've navigated this time of life, and I know how unsettling it can be and how it can be very confusing. And we can feel dismissed, gaslit, all those things that we hear by whether it's our endos, our gynecologists, those hormone people, the doctors that we go to that we think are going to help us with our hormones. And in most cases, we're left kind of with no answers, and we're just kind of left with no answers or no direction. And that's what I'm doing in my coaching. And I do one-on-one coaching, and I have programs. I am nearly at capacity right now. So what I've been doing is, and this all kind of came together organically these just last few months, and my Abundant Health group coaching, it's a circle, and I'm going to tell you lots more about it right now. And it is going to, it's open right now. So the doors are open now. The platform, the dashboard, the portal, all these different names we call it. Basically, it's an online setting where, you set up an account, you fill out a few HIPAA compliant forms just so that we're all on the up and up. And then I get to learn more about you personally. And you can dive into the resources. I've just got endless, very specific resources that give you clear direction on, number one, what to expect, how to prepare yourself, or just some day-to-day things that you can start to apply right now. And these all point to these pillars, I'm calling them. And these are 5 areas, and these are just 5. There's definitely some things that kind of branch off of these 5, but these are the main headers. But this group coaching circle, this is what I know many of you need. You want to get closer to a community. You need those direct answers. You just want to know what to do. I get it. You just want to know that it's going to work, that you've seen, or you know women like myself, clients I've worked with that have been through this process, that have learned and taking the coaching and the mentorship that I'm giving them, and they're off and running. They're finally navigating this stage of life with a lot more freedom and confidence. And that is my goal here, to help women. And this group coaching circle, it's going to be affordable. It's going to be flexible with your busy schedules. You can access the information when you need it, whenever you need it. We will have group coaching sessions each month. One will be scheduled, and we will be tossing in a pop-up one here and there. And this is really going to be based on the conversations that we have in our group chat, which is also on this dashboard. Everything is held on this online portal that I have. You can access it desktop or your mobile. And it's really, we're going to go with the flow, and we're going to do organically. We're just going to flow through. Again, these pillars are going to be kind of the leader of the pack as far as what we'll be talking about, but you are in charge. It's really about what you're doing, what you're having, maybe you're struggling with, what you have questions on, and that's going to lead the discussion. It's going to lead the group coaching. And I have got endless resources. I'm having such a fun time putting it all together because I know how important it is for you to be able to look at something and just understand it, understand, the what, when, and how. And that's what I've created here for you. And this is a very affordable way for you to do this. And that is my goal as a coach. I know how important it is. I know this is a vital time of our life, and we can't do it alone. We can't do it unsupported, and we need some clear direction. And that's what I'm offering here with this. So the 5 pillars are, and this again is what's going to kind of head the flow of our group coaching, and it's built on a membership model. So this is where you come in. It is $97 a month, pretty affordable. And if you have worked with me and you know my coaching programs, they are a little more costly because they are so specifically designed for your unique needs. So that is more of an investment, more of a commitment. I guess that is the way to put it. Well, what I really, with the impact, or the feedback I'm getting from ladies that have already jumped in and started to work on this platform is just how accessible it is. And you can take, again, like I said, you can get what you need when you need it, ask questions, get support. You also get one-on-one time with me every month. So you can schedule that within your calendar. And again, it's just a way to keep the bus moving, right? To keep things flowing and to catch you from where you are to where you want to be with confidence and grace and all the things. So the 5 pillars, these are the things that we're going to mainly focus on. And like I was saying, the resources I've created have just wonderful visual guides that are going to support you on these. So the first one is hydration. And that may sound a little, because it's one of the first things I start with all my clients on, is we look at how important hydration is. Water, 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 right? And along with hydration, we're going to be looking at things that dehydrate us, things like alcohol and caffeine and stress, believe it or not. And just looking at ways to get this worked into your busy schedule. And then number 2 is sleep. This is actually going to be, I think, the biggest thing that we focus on, because sleep, or the lack of sleep, impacts everything. And if you haven't already experienced that, as your hormones are just dropping like a tank, it feels like, sleep is going to be one of our main focuses, and the role of it with blood sugar, how your hormones are operating or not operating. And you're going to learn some simple strategies to get that bedroom environment, and just that routine that is so important. And you're going to notice how it's going to lower your stress. And sleep so much, it impacts our choices the next day. When we're tired, we're feeling cranky, another side effect of low hormones. It's just so impactful to understand what to do and how to do it. And number 1 is to implement this, right? To put all these things we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to help to mentor you on, into place, right? Nothing works if you don't get it started. And the number 3 pillar is strength. So if you know me here, I'm a big believer in protein and strength, and we need the protein, and that's actually number 4, but I'll start with strength. And we have some, I haven't even given you the sneak peek. We have some past guests that have been featured here on the show. And Amanda Mueller will be back. She is actually an upcoming guest, so you will see her in a future episode. And she is amazing. She is just a perfect example of putting the action into place. And she's very data driven with her own management of diabetes, and she makes it fun, visual, attainable. So she'll be one of our guests to come in and talk about how important it is to lift the weights, to challenge ourselves, and how progression is. Again, it's about impacting our metabolism, insulin sensitivity, our bone health, and it helps with hormone optimization as well. So number 1, hydration. Number 2 was sleep. Number 3, these are the 5 pillars that we're going to be diving deep into in our Abundant Health group coaching circle coming up. Number 3 was strength. And number 4 is the protein, like I just slipped in a few minutes ago, and meeting our daily protein needs. And, whether you're animal based or plant based or a combination, which is the way I am, I definitely eat all sorts of protein. And again, it's hard to measure, isn't it? It's hard sometimes to even keep track of how much we're getting. I know that's something I have to work on. So I'm going to give you some direct advice on this. The platform is full of recipes, protein packed recipes. So you have access to all of those every day, anytime. And easy ways to incorporate protein into daily meals. So giving you ideas where you're set up for success. And you know what happens? The bonus of protein is when we can focus on, and I'm a big believer in the healthy fat. Don't forget about the healthy fat. But again, that'll be part of our how to build balanced plates and hormone balancing foods and some just delicious recipes that you can refer to. It's, when we have the protein focus rather than the carb focus on our plate, we naturally eat more vegetables, the non-starchy kinds. We're getting that protein in, we're keeping the muscles and the bones strong, and it gives us energy and we're satisfied after a meal. That's so, so important. So number 5, this is the 5th pillar, and this one goes alongside with the sleep because cortisol, so number 5 is cortisol. It really does impact how we sleep, how well we sleep, and we're really going to be talking a lot about our circadian rhythm. Things like how important it is to get that sun first thing in the morning to set that circadian rhythm. That's going to naturally boost the cortisol in the morning, which sometimes is not a good thing, but at least we're aware of what's happening and we can mitigate blood sugar and insulin dose and all of those things. So cortisol, recognizing it. And we're going to talk about how we can reduce our stress. I know it takes time, but there are ways we can do this. Less stress, more joy. And we're going to be talking about how we can have more fun. So we're going to dive into those things that we used to love to do, and maybe we've forgotten or we've told ourselves we don't have time to do them anymore. But this is just a good example of how a full, rich life and having fun and joy, and maybe it's just a hobby you enjoy doing, whether it's dancing or painting or going to the beach. These are all examples of things that just light you up. So that naturally lowers our cortisol level. And when we have lower cortisol, insulin is a whole lot more sensitive. So we have less battles with our blood sugar. And chronic stress also really impacts our adrenals, our gut microbiome, and our gut health. That's another topic we'll be diving into. Again, not too much to overwhelm you, but again, these are going to be some things that you can take pieces from and bring into your existing habits and your existing routine. So we're all about adding in, not necessarily taking out, but we're going to bring, in this case, we're going to be lowering that stress, bringing in the joy, and getting that cortisol in line, right, to get it under control. So that is what we'll be doing, and some practical methods to do that, reducing stress. And, just being in this group with other women, that's one of the biggest feedbacks I've gotten. 2 years ago, I had a group coaching circle. It was called the Group Coaching Program. And that was the biggest feedback I got, was just, it is amazing how your life and your mindset can shift. Are in a room, in this case, in a Zoom room or in a chat. And many of the ladies connected offline as well, which I love. I love to hear that. Developing relationships, it helps to validate us and our feelings and our journey. And there's no better medicine than that, than coming together. Because again, like I said, we cannot do this alone. Doctors are there to, they have their role, they fill their capacity. But this is really a time in our life that we really need support and accountability as well, and just somebody to lean on. And, it's something I wanted to mention as well is This group, the goal of the group is not to, let's say we have a session and everybody comes in and they're sharing, what's going on, what their questions are. The goal of the group is to come in with with that curiosity mindset, the questions, the help that that you need, and to walk away feeling empowered. So the goal is to not bring us down in the group sessions. It is to come in and to share and to be authentic with where you are and what you need, but to leave everybody to leave feeling amazing and feeling supported. And like I said, feeling validated. But it's uplifting. It won't be one of those things where you walk away feeling heavier. I want you to walk away after this hour once a month that we get together feeling light and energized. That's my goal. So how are you feeling about that? And while you're listening, you can look at the link. It's right here in the show notes. So you can just open up the notes and the Abundant Health Group Coaching Circle. There is a link right there. You can check it out. You can jump in anytime. Doors are open. There is a free trial that is going on right now. So the first month billing does not hit until January 20th. So whenever you're listening to this episode, it might even be after January 20th that you're listening to it, but you are welcome to join us at any time. And with it, you get the group coaching session each month, a pop-up group session that will be sent to you so you can get it on your calendar. The loads of resources, like I mentioned, and the accountability from myself within our sessions that you can book within your own schedule, and just the mentorship that you're going to get from other women in the conversations. And, one of the things I'm really, really excited about is the women that are going to be coming in. And I think, this is definitely a God thing, because he introduced me to 3 women this past year, and they've all been guests here on the show. And as the year was coming to an end, and I was looking at something that could really expand my coaching to reach more women, like this group coaching circle will do and can do for you as well. And these are just 3 of the guests, but I've got my eyes on a few others. So the goal is that during our group sessions, we will have one of these ladies come in and speak to you directly on what they are experts in. One of our first guests will be Kelly Schmidt. And if you remembered back in episode, I believe it was episode 81, Kelly came in. She's actually been on the show twice, and she lives with type 1 diabetes over, oh my gosh, what is she? About 34 years, type 1. She's a registered dietitian, and she is a GI health specialist. She helped me personally get through all the gut microbiome issues I had this past year. Very thankful for her, but she has just got a passion to help and to serve and to answer those questions, number one. And this may not be an area of your health that you recognize as an issue or a problem, but that's what she's going to be doing. She's going to come in and educate us on things to look for, maybe a test that you can have done based on some symptoms that you're having. But the power of our GI, that gastrointestinal microbiome, is just, it goes on and on with how it does affect blood sugar, hormones, our energy, our sleep, and how we feel every day. And it's an amazing topic, and we're going to dive into it within a session with Kelly. She'll be a guest to come share all that she knows and her knowledge. The second guest, and she hasn't been on the show as of this recording, she is coming up in January, Amanda Mueller. She is known as Bolus and Biceps on Instagram. She is a powerhouse, and she is very data driven with her own results, and she loves to share that. And she makes it easy and visual. But just again, it's about, and this is definitely some things I'll be doing inside the group and some resources that you'll have access to create your own data and to be able to read your own data and learn from your own data if that's something that's important for you. And we think it's important because we learn by, obviously the awareness, taking steps, looking at it again and then taking steps. But again, it's that empowerment. And speaking of empowerment, so that's going to be Amanda Mueller. Azure Wolf will be in here. She was just a recent guest, and that was the most downloaded episode that we've had so far. And she is just full of joy, honest, transparent, her mindset, and what she's learned in her 20 plus years with type 1, and her empowering journey, and how fitness is a big part of what she does as well. So Azure and Amanda have a lot in common. They're very active on social. I'm just so excited to bring their energy into the room with us in our meeting rooms, and they'll be there to answer questions, to inspire you. And I'm just so excited. So, and more to come. Those are just 3 that I've secured for the new year with the coaching circle. So stay tuned for more information on that. And this is a little bit of feedback that I received from some ladies that have already joined us. And the first lady, she wrote me after signing up, and she said, this is managing diabetes, she says, with hormonal ups and downs is tough. And I've struggled with irregular cycles, unexpected lows, and spotting, and I can't afford the one-on-one coaching. So I'm thankful for this group to get Melissa's guidance and connect with others like me. Can't wait for January to start. So I really appreciate that feedback. She's the perfect fit, right? She's going to get exactly what she needs. And the fact that she's aware of that makes me so excited. And then another new member, she said, she shared that these past few months have been a roller coaster, and she's realizing that starting coaching with me has been, and it's been on my mind for a while, she said, and this coaching circle sounds like the perfect fit. Count me in. So that's what I'm hearing, and that's what I'm loving. I'm getting to know and to learn, and I'm meeting a lot of you ladies in consultations. So if you've had a consultation with me lately or recently, this might be your next step. I think that's one of the things that I do here is the timing, the cost of my one-on-one programs is not accessible for some women. And that honestly, it breaks my heart. I understand it. As much as they know they need the help, they just can't seem to access that availability. And those 2 ladies' testimonies that I just shared, the feedback they shared as to why they joined us, they're perfect examples of that. So this is what they need, and how they can kind of take that next step. So just to review the 5 pillars I shared with you today, these are going to kind of be the headline of this group coaching circle, and to help women navigate beginning and perimenopause all through menopause. We're definitely going to be talking about HRT, so bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. And if you know me here, you know that these basics, these pillars, is what I begin all of my clients on. So it's important to dial in these basics. Though I love the word basics, but to get that foundation, those healthy habits, the sleep, the stress, the movement, the protein, building the strength, reducing the stress. I think I mentioned that. Those have got to be dialed in first before any HRT, any cream or pellet or anything that maybe your doctor is already talking to you about can even take effect and be optimized. It's real important to work on the foundation first. I promise you on this. It is so essential that we dial in these first. You will get loads more return. Your return on the investment of hormone replacement will be recognized and fully optimal. Promise you on that. And I'm going to give you clear direction on that of the what, when, and how of HRT to find out if that is going to be your next step once that decision is made for you. So, and I'll be providing ways to access hormone health experts. And again, try to walk you through. My goal is to walk you through the process so that, again, you feel equipped. You feel like you know what you're talking about in the doctor's office. You feel like the doctor is not going to dismiss you, and to be able to really stand up for what you know is right and what you need. And that is my goal. It's always been my goal. And just to give you a kind of um, a sneak peek. So our first pop-up Zoom call, if you decide to hit that link right here in the show notes and join us, January 6th, we're going to have just a pop-up. It's going to be an intro to the program, the Group Coaching Circle program. And you'll walk away with knowing what to expect, where everything is on the dashboard. And then, of course, bring your questions. That's why we will be there to learn and to walk through it so that you feel ready and ready and equipped and ready to go. And then our first group session will be on January 20th. So this will give you time between now and January 20th to schedule that one-on-one session with me. And that's where you and I can unpack where you are, what you've done, what's not working, and we can come up with a kind of a first step thing that you can start to focus on. But with this information, you bring this to the coaching sessions if you're comfortable with doing that. So the group coaching session is really for all of us to get together, talk about what we're working on, ask the questions, find solutions, feel validated, because chances are there's other ladies in the room that are kind of working on the same things you are. And you walk away with answers. And number one, and you have access to me. So you can send me messages, send me emails. There's ways to connect with me alongside your one-on-one private sessions with me. So I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm excited? Yeah, I know this is needed. I know that options like this at a price point that you can afford and with flexibility with your busy schedules and all the other demands that you have on your life, I understand that, and that it's doable and it's sustainable. And I'm real excited to be in here today as we close out 2024 to share what is going to happen in 2025. A lot more great episodes coming up in the new year. I hope you found value in this. Go ahead and visit the link. And if you have any questions, just email me. You can visit me over at abundanthealthwithmelissa.com/contact or a direct email to hello@abundanthealthwithmelissa.com. Again, I hope you decide to join us. I am thrilled with how many women that we're going to bring together and the results that we can conquer together, right? Well, have a Merry Christmas. Bye for now.